Man, I said it before and I'll say it again. Easily one of my favorite series on TV in recent years has been on the OWN network. And it's called Queen Sugar. And part of the reason initially was because of the subject matter that they talked about, and they really put the focus and the spotlight on the black farmer. My family has farms, have owned farms, not in a not in a big farm way, but as a family, we had a family farm, still have one in Louisiana, and I realized how much farmers struggle, to keep their business alive. And so Queen Sugar gave a lot of exposure to the black farmer in ways that I don't think the world has seen. But when you see some of the cast members, Rutina Wesley, Don Lynn Gardner, when you see all of these folks come together, Kofi, when you see Ava DuVernay be backing it and Oprah Winfrey is overseeing it, you know it's something special. Greg Vaughn, when you see Greg Vaughn acting, you know it's something special. When you see our good friend who's here with us today, who's really created, who's really evolved in his character in a way where you have a Hollywood in every family.
Right.
There's a Hollywood in every family.
Definitely.
And what I love about this character is he never bails out on family. Our families need those solid male figures in it, right? Yeah, those 100%. Solid male figures. We got a lot of solid women figures, but we need solid male figures, and we need that imaging, we need that messaging, and that's what Queen Sugar does. And I want to say, my good friend, I could run down the litany of things that he's done, Mike Muse, but we might run out of time. But I did appreciate him and Selma. Give him a big round of applause for
absolutely.
that. I have to mention that one, Tracy.
Yep. And I gotta mention Power.
Okay.
Yeah, with Kanan, Raising Kanan.
Yep.
You want to mention that one? Mike, you want to mention anything?
I love Queen Sugar for everything you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm
so
big
Queen
on
Sugar.
agriculture and so.
Okay.
Sure.
Welcome back to the show. The one and only Omar J. Dorsey is here.
Glad to be back. Everybody, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's like a DB.
I'm sorry, we're not going to pay respect to this man for surviving not 1, 2, but 3 Halloween movies.
3 Halloween. The only black man who don't die.
That's so
spoiler alert.
Is that a record? Look at his T-shirt.
He got the John Carpenter on.
Yes, sir.
Full anthology.
Yes, sir.
What is that, Mike?
Tattoo.
Yeah.
You got a Halloween tattoo?
Damn right I do. So Sheriff Barker is here.
Sheriff Barker is in the building.
And alive.
And alive.
I was so surprised they didn't kill me in the last one. I was like, what?
Yo, but DB's a film aficionado.
Yes.
He has Michael Myers on his finger, man. That is hard.
Hold on. Whoa. It's a tattoo, people.
That's a tattoo of Michael Myers on his hand. That is hard, bro. I ain't never seen that before.
Thank you. Shout out to my man Brian G, the tattoo artist who did it. But if it's okay if I start the first question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Halloween Kills.
Yes.
The mob scene was very controversial. A lot of people were like, are we going to tie in Halloween now to what's going on in our society? What was your feeling? I mean, now that we can talk about it.
What is the scene? What happened?
So there was a mob mentality scene where they wanted to incite revenge against Michael Myers because they were the townspeople were tired of him, terrorizing them and killing all these people. So they were like, let's get. So it was very January 6-ish.
Okay.
And so they stormed the hospital looking for Michael Myers. And a lot of fans were just like, okay, is this a direct correlation between what happened on January 6th? Or is this just sort of making people think about what happened? So what was your take on it?
We actually shot that movie a year before and it got held up. So I was talking to the director. I was like, you know what's crazy? That whole mob scene is so much today. Like when January 6th happened, and I called David Gordon Green, who's the director of the films. I said, yo, that is so crazy that we like sort of predicted that was going to happen. You got to remember, like during that time, it was supposed to come out in 2020 or whatever, but we were going through a pandemic. So we were like, we ain't going to get no money, so let's hold this back for an extra year. So it didn't come out in 2021, Halloween Kills, and the Halloween Ends just came out this year. But that one, yeah, it was just happenstance. But the director and I did talk about that a lot because, I'm the only black person in there, so you got to talk to somebody.
Right?
Consult.
There were others that just didn't make it as far as
make it. He was the only one left.
Yeah, but that's really that's really telling that you even could think about it like that. Because it really did. When I saw it, it looks like it was storming the Capitol. But we shot it way before that storming of the Capitol happened. We shot that in 2019. Maybe.
So it was the opposite.
It was the opposite, yeah. It was like art, life imitating art. You know,
y'all might have triggered it.
I hope not. God. Oh Lord.
What? Predicted.
Predicted it. Let's say predicted it. Yeah. Angry white folks just storming.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Though.
Angry white folks just storming. Damn white folks. Angry with everybody, right? Last time we saw each other, we actually talked on the phone, did an interview on the phone because of the pandemic. Then we ended up in the same household.
In Harlem, baby.
Come on, hanging out.
That's my neighborhood, man.
Say word.
Yo, it's
How'd
crazy.
that happen?
Yo, it was happenstance for real. It was like I was chilling on the block. And somebody's like, yo, you know Sway? I said, Sway just interviewed me. I said, I talk to Sway all the time. And then we ended up chilling at my man's crib.
Yeah,
man.
Chance.
Chance. What's up, Chance?
Yeah.
Right. He lives right around the corner from me in Harlem. So,
Chance will be cooking.
Yeah. Chance will be cooking. The chef.
You got that plate.
Yeah, he got that plate for you all the time.
Yeah, him and his lovely wife, April Sachet, and, Jay Ivy.
Jay Ivy was there with us. Jay Ivy's wife was there.
The whole clique.
It was before Jay got the Emmy for the Kanye joint.
For the Kanye joint,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for Genius.
Yeah.
Did Cootie come through that day?
Cootie did come. I was with Cootie.
You was with Cootie.
I was with
So
Cootie.
we all hanging out at Chance.
Wow.
I was with
Just
Cootie.
casual.
Because what happened, I think they
Light
were shooting that the point guard thing, the point guard.
That's right.
They were shooting that. And it was in the same place Chance was at, and I was right around the corner, so I was like,
But
it
it gave me. I thought it was cool because who we are, who you see on TV. Well, the impression you get of Omar through his acting, even though he's in character, you'll be pleasantly surprised when you meet him in person.
Right.
Right. So he's a really, organic. We just hung out. It's like we known each other for years.
For sure.
It made me think about. But we're able to hang out a little looser than we might in front of the camera.
That part, yeah.
And then so on Queen Sugar, there's this narrative about Rutina Wesley's character Nova, whose book is being picked up for a movie.
Right.
And there's this whole narrative about the family being apprehensive about, man, you wrote about our lives, yo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't want that shit in a book and now a movie.
Yeah, because the book had already caused consternation within the family.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna make it bigger and make it into a into a film where the whole world can go see it now.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's tricky, right? We want to we want to put ourselves out to be examples sometimes, but it can cut. I mean, it can open up old wounds.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this would do, and it might help out other people, but it's still opening up that wound.
Do you have to, because of your popularity, do you ever have to kind of like have orientation with family members to make sure, hey, listen, folks might try to get information, folks might try to interview you, they might be tricky with questions. Do you give them orientation, or do you worry about that sort of thing? Your real life being out there?
I mean, the only thing I really hate is when they give somebody my phone number. I'm like, why are you doing that, man? Like, I know the person, they really need to holler at you because they got a little movie they're trying to shoot. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Let them shoot that movie. I don't know nothing,
okay.
But stuff like that. But my parents, my family is they're pretty protective over me. Even like my cousins or whatever, man. But everybody's pretty protective, so they don't, they're not gonna put their business out there. Them Atlanta folks right there, man.
I got 5K.
I know that 5K.
I got 5K.
That 10 racks might do something different, bro. Yeah,
that 10 racks. I've seen a lot of family headlines.
I know you're right. Yeah.
Come on, TMZ, off you that 5K. I'm telling everything about Mike Muse.
But you know. But luckily, man, I ain't got too much dirt under my fingernails like that.
But how'd you do that? Like, I don't have a whole lot. I do got one or two things.
Yeah, I just live like, I live my full life, and it's out. People know I kick it in Atlanta, or in Harlem, or in LA, or wherever I'm at, man. So I'm not like behind no closed doors with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man, you gonna see me outside.
Omar Dorsey, man. 888-742-3345. Mike Muse.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how did you feel? Like, did you as a cast, like, have conversations about the conversation you guys were able to create around like agriculture and black farmers?
It was just so important. Just like like Sway was saying, man. I'm from the South. My mother, Dr. Naomi Dorsey, started out was picking cotton when she was a kid. And my father, he's from the North Georgia mountains, and he worked in the fields. So we have all of this land that they ended up owning, where they worked in before. Now they own it. So it was very important for me specifically to be able to tell this story. I'm the only person in the cast from the South. Oh. So, I bring all of that with me.
Yes.
And I am one of the leaders of myself, and Tina Lifford, who plays Aunt Vi, are, the leaders on set because we're the older people. So, yeah, man, it was important to me, and I tried to convey that to all the cast members and everything. And it's very important to Ava because Ava's, she's from Alabama. She's from Compton, but her family's from Alabama. So just the land. And I often tell people the biggest character on the show is the land.
Yeah.
Queen Sugar.
Outside of Ralph Angel or Hollywood or anything, it's the land that is the most important because that's what draws everybody together, which is why Hollywood got so mad at Ralph Angel when he lost the land. So, yeah.
Man, Omar Dorsey is here. We're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. Let's come back.
Yeah.
Talk about the ATL a little bit. Omar J. Dorsey is here.
Yes, he is.
We're talking Queen Sugar and the upcoming series you have.
Yes.
How to be a bookie.
How to be a bookie. Yes.
A good friend of mine is a bookie.
Oh, I got a couple of good friends who bookies. And I owe them money, but they're still my friends because I lost last week.
How does that work?
I mean, they my friends. I pay them, man. Good God, let's just stop knocking on my door. But no, it's no. But I got some good bookie friends, man. Like I did the research for this role. I'll just say that.
You did the research.
Yeah, it cost me a little bit of money, but I did the research.
You did the research, but so how to be a bookie?
Yes.
A bookie, like my friend who's a bookie, I wanted to bet on some fights recently, and I didn't know how to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
just ask them. Yeah.
And then they did. Does your bookies do it for you?
Well, I know how to read a line and all that stuff. I know. I gamble. Good people.
Okay.
I lived in New Orleans. Let's talk about it. I lived in New Orleans for 7 years. I lived right across the street from the casino.
Okay.
And they knew me by name. I used to park. I just drive my car there, and Omar, you're here.
Wow.
And they just parked the car for me. They knew me.
That's real?
They knew me. They knew me. They knew me.
What did you play? What you play?
I play craps. I play blackjack. And if I get real freaky with it, I go into the poker room. But I like the crap jacks and I like the black. And I like the craps. And I like the roulette, too.
You like the roulette?
I love the roulette,
Wow.
yeah.
Has it ever become excessive, like an issue, you think?
I'll just say this. Thank God for the pandemic because they closed it down for a year and it sort of helped me out.
It kind of helped you
helped
wean yourself off the
gambling.
gambling.
It helped me wean myself off, yeah. And so when it opened back up, I wasn't doing as much because I was going there every day, man.
You didn't want to see the thing about gambling. You're in the room with people from everywhere, especially in New Orleans. People, a lot of tourists.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Facts.
And then during the pandemic, you didn't want to be.
Yeah, I didn't want to be
touching cards, touching dice, all that.
You'd be the first one to get COVID.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, I stayed away from it.
I wonder if there are bookies tuned in. 888-742-3345. If you're a bookie or you deal with a bookie, call us. Let me ask you this, This is a series, right?
Yes, a series. It's Chuck Lorre, who created The Big Bang Theory and created How I Met Your Mother. It's his series. It's, the leads are myself and Sebastian Maniscalco, a great comedian, amazing comedian, crazy following. But we play the bookies.
You play the bookies.
We play the bookies. We ride around L.A. collecting money. Yeah.
Do bookies, like in this day, do you got to give a credit card to them or something, or how does it work? I just like
Venmo.
Venmo, like
that's what it is. You send them the money.
So if I say I want to bet $100 on the Warriors,
yeah, you send them
a cash app.
Well, my bookie, I have a running tab or whatever. So, and you got to be good for it. They got to know you're good for it.
Yeah.
And you have to be suggested by somebody who's going to vouch for you, because if you ain't going to be able to pay the money, then they got to pay it. So you said, I ain't going to say, one of the people who you said on the show was the person who introduced me to my bookie. So,
Wow.
So
I think we also have to define what a bookie
people.
is. I'm sure there's some citizens who don't know what a bookie is.
A bookie is a person who collects, who does gambling. So if you want to make a bet, you go through him.
They're like a broker.
A broker.
Yes.
A broker. So right now, gambling is almost becoming legal.
Yeah.
So, it's becoming an obsolete profession, but there's still people out there, young people who probably can't get in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Malik's on the line right now.
Yeah.
Malik
is from LA.
Yeah.
Malik, you a bookie?
Not right now, but I did do some little bookie. I used to do the football cards on the street.
on the block.
What was that?
Yeah.
He was running numbers. He wasn't a
He was running numbers, bro?
He was
a number runner. Yeah.
We was Malcolm X movie?
Godfather Harlem over here.
What the hell? Did you not write down the numbers? Did you commit on the
wrong way?
You had that little wooden pencil that you just carry around that never needs sharpening?
Like West Indian Archie. He already knew all the numbers for everybody.
This is the football parlay card. You know, when you pick like a 3-teamer, 4-teamer.
Oh, yeah, the parlay
the
joints.
corners.
Yeah.
You know that, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, like what is that called?
The corners.
Okay.
The corners.
We call it parlay cards. The parlay cards.
Yeah.
Like the football card.
Yeah.
Yo, so you ever have somebody not pay a debt?
You know, because I would take the money up front, and if they hit, then they would get paid. But if they didn't hit, then I would just pocket the money.
You ever
But
pocket?
I didn't let them know.
Okay.
I didn't let them know that I was the book. I told them I was running for somebody else, but I was actually the book.
Malik.
Scheming.
So I have a question, Malik, and maybe Omar, you can come in. I get the bookie game, right? And I get the gambling game. The part that I never had access to ask a question about is the pool of money. Does it ever get to a point where you get so many bets and so many people win that the bank, I guess, or the bookie runs out of money? So that's the part I've always been curious about. So Omar, Malik, if you could maybe help explain that process about when you collect the money, I guess you're the house with the bank. Do you distribute it evenly to everyone? Does everyone get an even cut, or do you ever get to a point where you run out of the winnings to give?
No, we can get into the weeds.
Yeah, you can have more people hit. I got out the game because it was costing me. Right. I was dipping in my money. You know, I had a bank to where when everybody put in and put their bets in, you know, then I would dish out if they hit. But more times than not, man, them parlay cards, a lot of people don't hit. They try to bet 5 teams, you know, so they basically give your money away. But, yeah, you have to have your cover. But like I say, I had an out. If I didn't hit, I'm going to say, man, the bookie ran out on me too.
I'm dying. Wow. Somebody is taking notes.
I'm trying to find this motherfucker ass too. I'm trying to find him.
Damn, Malik.
A bookie that didn't get paid.
I'm never using a bookie in my life.
That is dirty.
So the bookie then is the bank is betting against people not winning.
Yeah,
is that
that's
what I'm
the whole
hearing?
point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You the house pretty much.
Malik, thank you for your call. You're a citizen, man.
Sway in the morning.
And make sure you watch this series, How to Be a Bookie. It's all about you. And then when is it going to be airing?
It's going to be on HBO Max. It starts out next year. So, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Get to the bag.
This is fascinating.
Yeah. It's going to be real fun.
Omar, really quickly, the template that Hollywood was using during the pandemic, where they were releasing films simultaneously in theaters and on streaming services, or solely on streaming services, is that still something, that model? Do they still want to use that, or are they trying to focus? Now I'm seeing everything is like it's either in theaters or streaming service. So what's the plan, if you've heard?
You know what? Even with the last Halloween, I was talking to the directors and producers and everything, and I was really like, man, I really just wanted to be out in the movie theaters because I'm so used to the box office, $100 million for that weekend. And when it only does like 44 million and it does all of these different big numbers on streaming, you're like, man, but, you know, we leaving money on the table. So I don't know if they're going to do it simultaneously, but I was really surprised that they did it. I knew the second Halloween, the Halloween Kills, the one you were talking about, I had a feeling they were going to do it like that. But with this last one, Halloween Ends, I was surprised. I thought that they would have wanted to put it in the movie theaters. But the thing about it is it helped Peacock's numbers so much. Like, I just saw the numbers on Halloween Ends, right, and the Peacock numbers were just through the roof. So I guess it helps out their streaming services, and they really want to get that rolling. Streaming is where it is right now. Yeah.
Omar J. Dorsey is here. We got Thaddeus on the line from South Carolina. Thaddeus.
Somebody said fatty.
Fatty boy. Fatty boy.
I'll take Dr. Jones. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, man. Go ahead. You got a question for O?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a filmmaker out of South Carolina, and I'm wondering if he has any advice for someone trying to get into the industry as an independent filmmaker.
You know what, man? It makes it it's so much easier now than it was when I started in the 90s, right? Because it's so much. So you can make a movie on your cell phone. Myself and Dorian Missick, we did a movie called 9 Rides, directed by Matthew Cherry, who won the Oscar for I think the cartoon about good hair, or hair, whatever it was. But we did a movie about 6 years ago, and they shot it on an iPhone.
The entire movie,
the entire film was shot on an iPhone because he plays Dorian played an Uber driver. So, Uber goes through your phone anyway. Yeah. So the concept was, shoot everything. But if you see it, it's on streaming or whatever, it looks like regular. So there is no excuse for anyone who wants to be a filmmaker not to be able to make a film. You can shoot on a phone, you can get a camera, you can dump everything because it's all digital. You can dump everything on your computer and just start editing that way. So if you wanted to make a movie, you can go ahead and do it. Now, you ain't going to be able to make Titanic. Nah. But you can make a really good story.
Yeah.
All right, Thaddeus, good luck to you, man. And once you make your movie, we're going to speak it into existence. Shoot it to us.
I made some already. I'm looking for that next level. I'm trying to figure out how to get that distribution edge.
Well, have you been putting them in film festivals?
Absolutely. Won a couple film festivals in India.
Nice.
Overseas. So I'm but not getting any traction here in the States, man. Overseas they love me, but
well, shoot, man. Overseas got the money though. I mean, because the thing about it, we gotta realize that we're a global people, right? And we try to be so like, well, if I can't do it at the crib, man, you can get your money in India, you get your money in France or South Africa or wherever it is. As long as your stuff is getting put out there and eyes are seeing it, then that's all that really matters. You don't have to just worry about what's going on here because if it pops off somewhere else, you know how people are in America. They're gonna jump on it.
They're
gonna jump. Oh, man,
lean in where the love is at.
Exactly.
Go
lean in where the love is.
Well, they love you, Thaddeus.
I appreciate that.
My biggest hosting check I ever made in the decades that I've been in this business was in Africa.
Yeah.
What part? South?
Of course. I love them. They love me.
They love me too.
Oh, they love you too?
Yeah. I went out there, man. I went to East Africa. I went to Kenya, man. I thought I didn't know where. I was like, y'all watch Queen Sugar over here? Hollywood. I was like, hey.
Man.
But see, that really opened my eyes up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go anywhere, especially where the diaspora is.
Yeah.
They roll with us.
They roll with us, bro. Man. Hard body. The appreciation overseas.
Yes, man.
It's how we should be appreciated.
That's how man.
That's how we should be treated. Yes. Thaddeus, you're a citizen, brother.
Sway in the morning.
All right, appreciate you, man. Hey, we want to thank all the guests, JJ Green, for coming by today.
Yes.
Get his new project.
Heartbroken Somewhere.
Friday. He did an excellent job. He's in the game, and, man, he killed that freestyle. I brought Omar in just to make him nervous. He made Omar nervous.
He was over here sweating. I thought he was doing 2 a days.
Husky and handsome.
Husky. Hey, but that's a new movement, the Husky and handsome movement.
Yeah, that's y'all squad.
Yeah. Put that on a T-shirt, baby.
Husky and handsome, baby. Let's go. H&H.
Yes.
All right.
H&H.
Okay. Oh, how can they reach you if they want to talk to you, brother?
Man, all social media at Omar J Dorsey.